Do you skip breakfast to save time, only to pay for it with fatigue, poor concentration, and hunger that becomes difficult to control? Today we will discuss a very familiar topic that many people still misunderstand: breakfast. So, how important is breakfast for health? After a long night's sleep, the body has gone many hours without food intake. At this point, an appropriate breakfast helps replenish energy, supports concentration, and allows the body to start the day in a more stable state. However, it is also important to understand this correctly. We should not say that anyone who does not eat breakfast will definitely become ill. Health does not depend on a single meal, but on long-term eating habits, physical activity, sleep, and overall lifestyle. In simple terms, breakfast is important, but eating breakfast properly is even more important. 1. What should breakfast include? The first group is quality carbohydrates. These are the body's main source of energy. You may choose oats, whole grain bread, sweet potatoes, brown rice, or low-sugar cereals. These types of carbohydrates are generally better than pastries, white bread, or foods high in sugar. The second group is protein. Protein helps the body feel full for longer and supports muscle maintenance. Suitable foods include eggs, milk, unsweetened yogurt, fish, lean meat, tofu, or legumes. The third group is fiber, vitamins, and minerals. This group is abundant in green vegetables, whole fruits, root vegetables, and nuts. You should prioritize eating whole fruits instead of drinking fruit juice, because whole fruits retain more fiber. The fourth group is healthy fats. Healthy fats can come from avocado, nuts, fatty fish, or healthy plant-based oils. However, fried foods, sausages, bacon, or fast food should not be overused in the morning. 2. What benefits does a complete breakfast provide? First benefit is energy provision. After a long night without eating, the body needs energy to function, especially for students, office workers, people doing mentally demanding work, or those performing physical labor. Breakfast helps reduce fatigue and prepares the body better for the morning. The second benefit is supporting alertness and concentration. When the body is too hungry, some people may feel sluggish, experience mild headaches, have difficulty concentrating, or work less efficiently. A balanced breakfast helps provide the brain with a more stable source of energy. The third benefit is helping supply many important nutrients. Foods commonly found in breakfast, such as milk, eggs, fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, can provide fiber, calcium, iron, folate, B vitamins, vitamin C, and many other essential micronutrients. The fourth benefit is better hunger control. A breakfast that contains enough protein and fiber helps you feel full for longer and reduces intense hunger in the middle of the morning. As a result, you are also less likely to snack on candy, soft drinks, or fast food. The fifth benefit is supporting blood glucose control. If the right foods are chosen, a breakfast consisting of complex carbohydrates, fiber, and protein is much better than a breakfast high in sugar or refined carbohydrates. For example, oats, eggs, unsweetened yogurt, vegetables, and whole fruits are generally better choices than pastries or soft drinks. In addition, a healthy breakfast habit is also associated with cardiovascular and metabolic health. 3. How can regularly skipping breakfast affect health? The first effect is an increased likelihood of fatigue, sluggishness, and reduced concentration in the morning. Some people who skip breakfast may experience hunger, mild headaches, hand tremors, irritability, or reduced work performance, especially if they ate little the night before or need to be physically active in the morning. The second effect is a tendency to compensate by eating more at the next meal. When the body becomes overly hungry, we often tend to eat quickly, eat more, or choose foods high in sugar and fat. In the long term, this may increase total daily energy intake. The third effect is a reduction in overall nutritional quality. If you regularly skip breakfast, you may miss out on many nutritious foods, such as milk, eggs, fruits, whole grains, and vegetables. This can reduce the amount of fiber, vitamins, and minerals that the body receives. The fourth effect is an association with a higher risk of overweight, obesity, dyslipidemia, high blood pressure, metabolic syndrome, and type 2 diabetes. However, this needs to be understood correctly. This is an association, which does not mean that simply skipping breakfast will definitely cause these diseases. Risk also depends on body weight, overall diet, physical activity, sleep, genetics, and many other factors. Number 4. Common mistakes when eating breakfast. The first mistake is consuming too much sugar. Examples include pastries, milk tea, heavily sweetened coffee, sweetened cereals, sweetened yogurt, or soft drinks. These items may make you feel alert quickly, but they can also make you hungry again sooner and lead to excessive sugar intake during the day. The second mistake is eating only carbohydrates while lacking protein and fiber. Examples include eating only white bread, instant noodles, or pastries. This type of meal may make you feel full quickly, but it usually does not keep you full as long as a breakfast that also includes eggs, yogurt, tofu, lean meat, vegetables, or fruit. The third mistake is eating too many fried foods and processed foods. Sausages, bacon, fried chicken, French fries, or instant noodles often contain high amounts of salt, fat, and energy. If consumed regularly, these are not good choices for cardiovascular health, body weight, or metabolic health. The fourth mistake is drinking fruit juice instead of eating whole fruits. Whole fruits contain more fiber, help maintain fullness for longer, and are better for blood glucose control than drinking large amounts of fruit juice. The fifth mistake is thinking that the more you eat for breakfast, the better. In reality, breakfast should be moderate and appropriate for each person's needs. 5. How should breakfast be eaten properly? A good breakfast should meet 3 criteria: adequate energy, sufficient nutrients, and not too much sugar, salt, or fat. You can start with simple options such as boiled eggs with whole grain bread, oats with unsweetened yogurt and fruit, sweet potatoes with milk, or rice with lean meat, vegetables, and an appropriate portion size. The important point is not just to eat until you are full. Consider breakfast as a way to provide the body with clean fuel. In summary, eating breakfast is a beneficial habit if done properly. If there is one sentence to remember, it is this: a good breakfast is not a very large breakfast, but a nutrient-rich, balanced breakfast that suits your body. I'm Monica Bellamy. Follow me to stay updated with useful health information.